Hello everyone, long time no see. I haven't been able to upload videos in this channel in the last 6 months, I guess. I think last time I uploaded videos were about the trip to Luxembourg. Yeah, I made some road trips after that, but I didn't really film so much, and they didn't really make make it to the channel. So now I am not actually in Munich. I am a little bit outside Munich in a city called Landshut, and it is incredibly cold. So I just drove from Munich. Let me see how many kilometers was that. Yeah, I lost it. Yeah, so it was probably about 80 kilometers or something like that. Yeah, so there were lots of software updates in the last 6 months, and this is something that I really like among all the new features that they have pushed into the software. So now you can see this nice graph. Before it used to be like this, but now the projections are not much nicer, and here you can see what was the actual estimation and what was more or what was less, the inaccuracy basically. So that's quite nice to see, because you can just have a look at what is going wrong or something like that. And the other thing that I really like, that I was hoping that Tesla will do at some point, which was already in some other cars like Hyundai cars and Kia cars. So this feature where you can see like how much the driving is consuming, how much the climate is consuming, and battery conditioning is consuming. I started from Munich and it started conditioning the battery from Munich. I'm charging right now, so I navigated to a charger. So it's a McDonald's. And these days McDonald's actually have high power chargers, 150 kilowatt chargers. I'm not getting 150 kilowatts because look, there is a Model Y charging there, so we are sharing. He parked in a very awkward way. There's lots of snow, probably he couldn't really get to the correct charging position, so I am also not parked really well because the cable is too short, otherwise. So he plugged into the wrong cable basically. Anyway, so what other things? I actually had to change my winter tires, because what happened is that the tread got quite low, and yeah, so the ADAC, the German Auto Association, recommends that you should have more than 4 millimeter tire tread, and mine was 4 millimeters, and I drove like 2 months with that, and it went even lower. So I got new tires. Let me just show you the new tires. Okay, let me get out of the car. Lots of snow. Alright, so these are the new tires. 235/45 R18 98V. So V means 240 kilometers maximum speed. So these are not the Pirelli tires. As you can see, these are Bridgestone tires, and I had some good recommendations for these tires, these winter tires, and the grip is way better than the Pirelli tires. They're a little bit noisier, but that's all right. Yeah, so I'm in Landshut. This is just a little bit outside Landshut. The temperature is -3 right now, and look, this is how I'm parking, just a little bit outside. Anyway, so these are common chargers in McDonald's. So from ENBW, I guess, or something like that. I think. Oh, not probably not ENBW. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. These are shared when two cars plug in, and supposed to be 100% renewable energy, as you can see here. Yeah, evego.de, evego.de, not really ENBW chargers. Yeah, the other guy is at 99%. I'm at 59%. I'm getting 58 kilowatts. Anyway, so I will charge here, let's say, for 10 more minutes and go to the inner city of Landshut. Alright, I'm actually in the main city. It's a nice city, Landshut. It's a little bit old, the old city, the city center, but lots of newer developments outside as well. Okay, I have to turn right, so I will park the car here and try to do what I need to do here. Yeah, I'll plug it in while I'm parked. Alright, I arrived at this parking location in Landshut. Okay, there should be some chargers, AC chargers. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I can see them. Yeah, so I'll just plug in here and do some stuff and walk around a bit. Give you some more updates of the channel. Yeah, let me just plug in. Here are the chargers from the city. Ökostorm. That means renewable. Yeah. Talk to you in a bit. Alright, I'm plugged in. I'm at 72%. I think I charged 72% in the previous fast charger, but then I drove here, so not sure how much I consumed. But anyway, oh, maybe I can check here how much I consumed. 3.2%. That means I charged more than 72% in the previous charging stop. But anyway, I am in Landshut, the main city now. I have to just do some stuff here. But in the meantime, oh well, I should maybe show you around a little bit of Landshut. Not sure. I'll see. In the meantime, let me just show you what else did they actually do in the last 6 months with the Tesla software. Yeah, and what I like, what I don't like. Sentry mode. So they actually did. Made the Sentry mode a little bit more flexible. So now what you can do is you can stop the camera-based Sentry mode detection system. That saves a lot of battery. Like if you, but it will still keep the Sentry mode based detection enabled for, let's say, things like someone hit your car or someone bumps into your car, things like that. So I think that's a good feature. Sometimes I just don't want to have my USB stick full of just people walking in front of my car. I remember I was in Gothenburg and I had like 70 Sentry mode events because I parked in the city center and cars bikes were just constantly passing by, and it was just triggering an event. So that's good. And then what else? Improved charging efficiency. So this I don't really see, so I don't really know. I haven't had the chance to test as well. This one, don't care. Driver door unlock mode. Maybe taxi drivers could could find it useful. This one I still haven't had this event, so now apparently it will show an alert when you have a march on the highway. Yeah, didn't really experience it yet because I'm not really using autopilot so much these days. This one I already showed you, so this is probably one of the best updates that they did. What else? Cabin overheat protection. Yeah, this is also good. You can now select the temperature, but it's winter now, so no chance of testing it. What else? Yeah, I think these are the main updates that I like, but then in the navigation system, this is actually something that I was waiting for quite a long time as well, and complained a lot in this channel. If you follow my channel, you know. So now you have many different options, alternative routes, but still it can be improved a lot. So I just recently saw the navigation system features of smart #1 car. So the software in that car is excellent. It's even better than Tesla to some extent, to be honest with you. So what you can do there is you can select, just like Google Maps, whether you want to take the highways or whether we want to avoid the highways, avoid ferries and things like that. So Tesla is not doing that yet. Not so sure why. These are basic navigation system features, so I hope at some point they will do it. Yeah, let's see how long it takes. Theater mode, okay, there are some improvements, but don't care so much. Yeah, these are quite old. I think these are more than 6 months old. Oh, another thing that is useful sometimes, but there is a lot of false positives in this. That is when the light turns green, it gives you a chime now. So yeah, that's useful sometimes. But like I said, there are lots of false positives, like when you have the turn signal to left, and then there is also a also a signal for going straight. When the signal for going straight comes green, it just tells you okay, the signal is green, you can go, but you know, the signal to turn left is still red, so you cannot really go legally. Yeah, so these are some of the things they have to figure out. I guess this is because the car is still training on data from the US. So in the European countries, these are a little bit different. Yeah, so anyway, so lots of updates in the software. Yeah, so I just tried to highlight some of them. Other than that, the car is now 2 years 4 months old, I guess. And let me show you how many kilometers I drove. I have 45,587 kilometers. Yeah, and lifetime consumption is 161 watt hours. This one is more or less the winter consumption. So I went to this place Bad Fusing some time ago, just when the winter started, I guess in October or something like that, or winter was about to start. So when I changed the summer tires to winter tires, basically, so this is what the consumption is, 170. So with these tires, I guess the consumption is a little bit higher than the Pirelli tires, because they're a little bit grippier, and yeah, therefore probably the consumption is a little bit higher and a little bit softer as well. And the other strange thing that happened, I don't know if it's happening with other people, so when I changed the tire, it started showing me the recommended tire pressure 36 and 35, and it used to be 42, and in my car door sticker it's also 42. So yeah, so I'm following this one, but I'm not sure if it's because of the tires. So if there is some intelligent system here that detects what sort of tires you have, and according to that it sets the recommended tire pressure. I don't know if you know. Yeah. Oh, well, my comments are deactivated, so you cannot really let me know. But yeah, anyway, so I'll try to figure it out. So the tire pressures are lower, and this makes the car much more, the drive much more comfier. Actually, I prefer the tire pressure to be this low, to be honest with you. So 42 is a little bit too high for me, and it's bumpy when the tire pressure is so high. So yeah, the car is aging well. It's 2 years 4 months, like I was saying. And let me give you some more information about what the plan is with this channel for the next year. Yeah, so next year I'm quite busy, to be honest with you. Yeah, I still have to travel a lot. So what happens is that when I'm traveling for work or when I'm traveling for some other things, I am quite I cannot really find time to record and film and do all the editings and stuff like that. The first thing is that you have to put the camera here. Right now I'm using my iPhone, so this is really easy to do. And if I want to make a road trip video, I have to put the camera up there and travel with all the stuff. The car is full of those camera equipments and stuff like that. There is less space. It's a little bit messy, and when there is someone else in the car, that person finds it annoying probably. So yeah, it's a little bit difficult to manage for me to put up regular videos, but I'll try. Next year I'll try to also look into other cars. So the car is almost 2 years 4 months old, so I'm already thinking about my next car. I intend to keep it 5 years, my current car, but it might change. Maybe I'll just get rid of it after 4 years. So there is this thing, like I'm looking into other cars. Like I was saying, I looked into the smart #1 car. I really like that car. I think the software is excellent. The charge port is on the left side, which is a big plus because Tesla is opening up many superchargers in Germany. So it's easier to manage with the Tesla superchargers if the charge port is on the left side. Otherwise it's messy. So that's a candidate. Smart #1. It's a car as big as a Volkswagen Golf, but it's a mini SUV basically. So it's a little bit higher. Yeah, and the space is quite good because you can adjust the back seats. And so if you need more leg space, you can just push the seats behind. And the software is excellent. So I really like the software, and it's, like I was saying, it's to some extent ahead of Tesla software. So that's one of the candidates. The other one is obviously Model Y. I actually test drove Model Y some months ago, or yeah, I don't know, 6 months ago, something like that. Actually, it wouldn't be too much of a hassle to actually exchange this car for a Model Y. They will take care of all the paperwork, and I probably wouldn't really lose too much money because the second-hand cars are quite well priced right now. But yeah, let's see what happens. So the Model Y that is built in Germany, I really like it in terms of the suspension, because the first Model Y I drove, it was so stiff, the suspension. So I would really like to go towards a softer suspension and a little bit higher car. Yeah, so obviously Model Y is the easiest option. So in Germany, the long range versions are now quite well priced. It's like 60K or something like that. Yeah, so Model Y is one of the cars I'm considering. And obviously the other German cars, like BMW released an X1. electric. It's an interesting car. I like the interior of the car. The range is questionable. It's 60 kilowatt hour battery, so yeah, we'll see. I still haven't had the chance to test drive it. Volkswagen announced that they will release a car called ID.3X, which is supposed to be like, if you keep up with the fossil cars, it is supposed to be similar to the Volkswagen T-Roc. So that's another option. I guess when they release it, I'll see it. But anyway, Volkswagen has all these problems with software and regen and auto hold and I mean, I can go on, and the charge port on the right side and all this stuff, and like poor build quality and poor material. So we'll see when it's released and take a decision. The other interesting car would be if Hyundai releases something like an Ioniq 4. So Ioniq 5 is obviously a very good option, but the price is almost the same as the Tesla Model Y, so not sure if it makes sense to get an Ioniq 5, because I could just get a Model Y. So the version of Ioniq 5 that I would consider would be the all-wheel drive. And so the other important point, I really would like my next car to be an all-wheel drive car as well. So Model Y and Ioniq 5 all-wheel drive, they're almost at the same price, so I could just get the Model Y so instead of Ioniq 5. So yeah, so if Hyundai releases an Ioniq 4 and that is priced quite well, even if it's not all-wheel drive, I might consider it. So these are the things that might happen next year. Probably towards the end of next year, I might just start test driving and stuff like that. And these days the delivery times of a car is 1 year. So in practical terms, I would keep this current car, my Model 3, for 4 years. I would have to, even if I get a new car, because of this wait and selecting the car and waiting for the right car to come out and stuff like that. So 2 more years of this car. So you will have more trip videos maybe, only if I am able to record, I'm able to film. Other things, next trips. I'm going to Frankfurt. So right now it's December. I have some time in the last week of December, and I want to go to Frankfurt just to relax a little bit and take some time off from Munich, Bavaria. It's been quite hard the last few months, and I need to relax. So some holidays. Yeah, the sun has come out and it is 2:30, so I better go out and do the stuff that I need to do. Yeah, Landshut again. Beautiful, isn't it? So this is the Isar river. Yeah, this flows to Munich as well, actually. It's quite popular. Even in the winter, people walk around beside it. Yeah. I'm surprised that it's not frozen, to be honest with you, because the temperatures these days are quite low here. Today it's between -10 to -3 or something like that. So yeah, therefore surprised that the river is not frozen. Yeah. Oh, there is a bridge on the river. Let's get to the bridge. It's just for people and bikes. Yeah. Beautiful, isn't it? Oh, okay. Maybe you can see better this way. Yeah, so I'm done with the things that I needed to do. I have to now walk towards this way, so I'll just walk by that way. Yeah, nice. Okay, so beautiful actually. Today is a Sunday, so there are not so many people outside, and also with this kind of weather, I don't know why people don't like this, but I absolutely love it when it's snowy like this. It's quite beautiful for me. Anyway, let me turn the camera, then I'll talk a little bit more about some other topics like the charging prices in Germany these days. So there has been well, as you know, there has been an energy crisis in Europe. So the electricity prices went up significantly. Also petrol prices. So the electricity prices went up by, I don't know, close to 80% or whatever, something like that. So what that means is that ENBW now has about 60 cents per kilowatt hour for DC charging, and for AC charging like 50 cents per kilowatt hour on average, not the same for every charge points and every operators, but that's more or less where it is right now. Surprisingly, Ionity is the cheapest one right now. Even cheaper than at home if you have the Ionity passport, which I do have. So it's 35 cents per kilowatt hour for Ionity. For Tesla, the price is fluctuating every day, so they have dynamic pricing. So it's between 60 to 67 cents depending on the time and the demand and stuff like that. So this is to say that electric car pricing, charging is not cheap anymore. Oh, my hands are freezing. I forgot my gloves. Not cheap anymore, like it used to be 3 years ago. 3 years ago, there were lots of free charging available in Germany. I was literally driving my Renault Zoe without paying for electricity most of the times, because there used to be some sort of free charger in supermarkets like Aldi and Lidl, and even they are now charging you, albeit a little bit cheaper than ENBW. But yeah, charging prices have increased significantly, to summarize. And I'm a little bit lucky in a sense that I have charging at work, and that costs me like it used to cost me the year before last year, it's 35 euro per month, 34 euro per month for unlimited charging basically. So I mostly charge on AC, since I don't do so much long distance trips these days. I charge on AC, and when I do long distance trips, I try to charge on Ionity, but because Ionity is so cheap compared to other charging networks these days, there are lots of people trying to charge there, and that causes Ladestau, like long queues at Ionity chargers, which is not ideal. So sometimes, therefore, I also charge at superchargers, which is the most convenient, obviously. Yeah, so it's unfortunate that the electric car charging cost went so high. So now it's almost as much as driving a fossil fuel car if you rely heavily on DC, which many people do because people don't really have charging options at home. In Germany, many people live in cities, in urban areas, so it's still not so common to put up chargers in your basement garage of a big apartment complex. So it's complex, yeah. So many people in Germany still rely on DC charging and public charging points and stuff like that. So it's unfortunate, but I hear that the energy situation in the next 2 years will improve quite a lot, and for good. It's a little bit political topic, so I wouldn't really get into it, but the summary is that yeah, so some sources of electricity will change in Germany, so that will reduce the costs, and that would be much better for electrification of transportation. Yeah, so this is where we are with regards to charging. Beautiful, it's so beautiful here. Yeah, I am close to the main roads, actually on the footpaths of the main roads in Landshut. This is Stadtwerke Landshut. Stadtwerke in English means city utility or something like that. Yeah, it's a cold day here. Cool city, Landshut. I've been here many times. I have actually some people, close people living here. Yeah, it's like a smaller version of Munich, much calmer. People are much more quieter and polite, more polite, I guess. Yeah, so I'm gonna walk towards my car and now drive to Munich. Cool yard. Yeah. Well, Landesamt für Finanzen. They are not so cool. Taking half of my income as taxes, obviously. Just kidding. Yeah. Well. That is Landshut. Alright, I am back to my car. TARDIS. Well, I don't really mention the name of the car so much in the channel. Yeah, I named the car TARDIS like before I bought it. Anyway, so the car is charged to 90-something%. And let me just unplug. Alright, I am back in the car. The car charged up to 92%. It's a 97 kilometers of drive back to Munich, and I will arrive with 48%. On my way here, I spent 37%, so this is a little bit higher than that. Not so sure. Anyway, we'll find out. Yeah, so off we go to Munich. Alright, I found out why. Let me just switch this off. I found out why it was 97 kilometers rather than 80 kilometers. So we are taking a different route this time. I didn't even check. Yeah, so it's yeah, before it was like from 92, was it? Yeah, anyway, so we're taking a different route because before it was from here, and then somewhere here, and now we're going straight through Garching. So yeah, from A9. So before it was this way. Yeah, so that's why the distance is a bit more. Yeah, doesn't really matter too much, but now it's saying 57%, so it's actually adjusting. And yeah, look how beautiful it is. Yeah, so this is not really the highway. This is Landstrasse basically. Yeah, and right now the time is 3:30. So unlike in Norway, here we have daylight. I should say sunlight. Yeah, daylight until 4 p.m. in the winters. So in Norway in December it was like 2:30. Then the daylight would be gone. Yeah. Anyway, so I should be going. Yeah. So don't want to drive in the dark. All right, I am driving through. Actually, not through the autobahn, but through the Landstrasse and through the villages, because driving through the autobahn is so boring. And this is so much more interesting, as you can already see. It's quite beautiful. So yeah, just wanted to enjoy this sort of weather. This is the place where I bought my Renault Zoe from in the past, like 4 years ago or whatever, or even 5 years ago maybe. Yeah. Anyway, so I have to focus on driving. Yeah. I am in Munich. Yeah. So I arrived here with 57%, and as you saw, I haven't really taken the route that the car was suggesting. So the battery estimation was not really accurate. What else? Driving 21%, climate 10%. Whoa, that's quite a lot. It's -6 right now. And as you saw, like there was a lot of snow on the road, and therefore the consumption is so high. So yeah, this is just the winter usual case. So let's see, how is the trip meter here? Yeah, 79 kilometers and 1 hour 35 minutes, 190 watt-hours per kilometer. Well, it's not so high. Yeah, so anyway, so today I tried to give you some updates of the channel, what's going on. I haven't been uploading videos and stuff like that, so let's see what happens next year, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and subscribe. See you.